You know how some champions, some real winners, seem to just know they're going to win? It's like they can see the future. But what if it isn't prediction? What if it's something more active? What if they are literally programming their victories into reality before the game even starts? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today, the secret software of a champion's mind.
I mean, who could ever forget Muhammad Ali? His boasts were legendary. They were poetry. It's so easy to just write that off as arrogance, right? The ego of a master showman. But what if we look at it a different way? What if it wasn't just talk? What if it was a tool, a weapon even, a fascinating puzzle he was solving right in front of our eyes?
And that really is the heart of it all. Is this just bragging? Or was he running a kind of mental code, an incantation designed to literally shape the world around him? To figure that out, we gotta pop the hood and see how the human mind actually works.
So to really get what Ali was up to, we first have to explore the science of what makes people exceptional. And it all starts with this one powerful idea, that our minds run on a kind of software. And the code that geniuses use? Well, it isn't magic. It's something you can actually study.
This leads us to a field called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. Now, it sounds complex, but the idea behind it is pretty straightforward. It's about deconstructing the how. How do exceptional people do what they do? It's like trying to find the mental recipe for genius, whether you're talking about Aristotle, Mozart, or Muhammad Ali himself.
Here's a fantastic way to think about it. Your mind is, without a doubt, the most powerful computer on the planet. But there's one little problem. It didn't come with a user's manual. We all have this incredible supercomputer, but most of us are just using the factory settings. NLP is really the attempt to write that manual, to give us the programming language for our own minds.
So what does a mental program actually look like? Well, here's a really basic one. And believe it or not, this model goes all the way back to Aristotle. It's called the TOTE model. First, you test. Where am I right now compared to where I want to be? Then you operate. You do something to close that gap. Then you test again. Did it work? And once the answer is yes, you exit. It's a simple feedback loop that runs unconsciously for almost everything we do.
All right, so if NLP is like the basic operating system of the mind, what we're talking about next is like a very specific app you can install. It's a concept called psychoharmonics, and it's a killer app designed for one purpose, to align your inner world to create your outer reality.
So what on earth is psychoharmonics? Well, the core idea is simple but powerful. You don't just attract what you want, you attract what you are. It's all about harmony. It's like a tuning fork. You know, when you strike it, any other forks nearby with the same frequency start to vibrate too, without even being touched. This philosophy says your mind is doing that constantly, broadcasting a signal that reality tunes into.
And this is where this approach really takes a sharp turn from more traditional methods. Instead of digging into the past, the focus is all on tuning your frequency in the present moment. Instead of using willpower to force change, it's about vibrational alignment. And here's the biggest shift. You stop waiting for the outside world to give you proof you've succeeded. Your own internal harmony is the thing that creates the proof.
It all breaks down into a few core beliefs. First, your mind is always emitting vibrations. Second, when your thoughts and your emotions get into perfect harmony with a goal, it's not a matter of luck anymore, it's resonance. But here's the most important part of the puzzle, the real secret ingredient: emotion. A thought by itself is just an idea, but a thought that's supercharged with powerful feeling, now that is what broadcasts the signal. That's the bridge to a physical result.
Okay, so let's bring all of this right back to Muhammad Ali. His rhymes, they weren't just trash talk. They were rhythmic. They were emotional. He was tapping into a tradition that is as old as humanity itself. Think about it. The ancient hymns of the Rig Veda, they weren't just quiet prayers. They were powerful songs, incantations, to invoke heroic might, power, and victory. It's the very same psychological engine that fuels the insane energy of a song like Deep Purple's Speed King or those epic power metal anthems. They all use sound, rhythm, and emotion to program a state of being. You can literally sing your future into existence. And Ali was a modern master of this ancient art.
This little phrase right here,
is the master key to this whole system. Celebration is causation. It flips the entire script. You don't wait until after you win to celebrate. The act of celebration itself is what causes the victory. You stop just reacting to reality, and you start broadcasting the one you want from a place where it's already a done deal.
And when you look at it this way, you see the DNA is identical. Ollie's rhymes and a personal victory anthem have the exact same purpose: declare the win before the event ever happens. Ollie used public rhymes to anchor his reality, and Anthem uses music to get deep into the subconscious. But the tactic and the effect? They're the same. You embody the identity of the winner, and you make the outcome feel inevitable.
Just listen to the language in this example from a modern victory anthem. Scepter of fortune, throned in power, every second, every hour. You see that? It's not a request for power, it is a declaration from the throne of power. Every single part of it, the words, the feeling, is programmed to broadcast the frequency of absolute triumph.
All right, so this isn't just some fascinating theory. It's a practical, hands-on tool. So let's break down exactly how you can craft your own victory anthem to start programming the outcomes you want in your own life. But before we get to the steps, let this one idea really sink in. This is the whole mindset shift. You stop chasing victory. You start harmonizing with it. It's not a hunt. It's a tuning process.
So how do you actually do this? Here's a 4-step process. 1. Sing from the future. Write and sing your anthem from the feeling of already having won. 2. Speak as if you've won. Channel your inner Ali. Craft that victory speech before the event and practice it. 3. Create pre-victory media. Record a quick video or write a journal entry celebrating the win like it's a fond memory. And finally, number 4. Celebrate as causation. This is it. You use your voice, your body, your emotion to fully rehearse the feeling of your own triumph.
So, we've walked through the theory, we've laid out the steps, and now it all comes down to one final powerful question. If you are going to compose the soundtrack to your own inevitable success, what does your victory sound like?